Ever wonder if bubble wrap is bulletproof? In today's video, we're gonna find that out. Reminds me of like sock 'em boppers or something like that. One solid strike and all I hear is the most satisfying punch to the face. Good to go. All right, so in today's video, we're gonna be testing out handguns versus bubble wrap. This will be fun. So what we have on the table right now are 500 sheets of regular small bubble wrap. Bubble. It's a tongue twister. Small bubble wrap. Small bubble wrap. Small bubble wrap. Big blue bear bleeds blue blood. Now brown cow. The tongue twister. But we're gonna be shooting different types of handguns at the bubble wrap. Now we're at 21 feet, a standard distance for a altercation with a handgun usually. We're gonna be starting off with the smallest I can think of, 22 long rifle, shooting out of a pistol. Now you gotta keep in mind in this test, I know there's gonna be a lot of people in the comment section going, oh, well, that's not really consistent because you don't have the same rounds and the speed. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to blow everyone's mind with so much scientific knowledge. No, it's for fun to see what the heck happens. But we're starting off 22 long rifle. We'll work our way all the way up to 500 Magnum, both 300 grain projectile and 500 grain projectile. It's a giant chunk of lead. But keep in mind though, as we go through the different calibers, I will mention if they're FMJ or hollow point. If they're a hollow point round, there are two different types of hollow points. There's one that's open face, where there's a hole in the front. That will allow much more bubble wrap and debris to get into that hollow point, expand it open, and then slow it down faster. That should potentially get stopped in the bubble wrap easier than an FMJ. An FMJ, oh God, you get tons of penetration on an FMJ, but it doesn't cause a lot of damage on the targets. In the comment section right now, leave a comment on guessing what round's gonna get stopped throughout the video and how many layers it's gonna take to stop that said projectile. Do it now. Some people will cheat and jump ahead in the video and see for themselves and then act cool in the comment, but try to do it legitimately and see how accurate you are. First up is the SR22 Ruger 22 long rifle pistol, lead nose bullets. They're not hollow points. They have standard, I think 1,250 feet per second, something like that. Don't want to get into all the technical aspects of it. We have a cardboard cutout silhouette target in the back, so we'll definitely be able to tell if it penetrates all the way through. If we don't see a penetration mark, I'll start looking through the layers. There's big chunks of 100, and then I have individual chunks of 50, so it's going to be a lot easier to count. Right in the middle, let's take a peek. All right, so, oh shoot. So the 22 round went all the way through and out. Well, that answers that question. It's impacting the back paper and keyholing, so I know the round is slightly tumbling at the end, but it made it all the way through. Holy crap. So let me try something real fast. We're gonna use a 9mm hollow point round. This is a Hydra-Shock round. It's very open-faced, very prone for absorbing material and slowing down. Yeah, I think that went all the way through. Yeah, all the way through. This is really frustrating. Back to the drawing board. I refuse to be let down by this. I think I'm just gonna make a ton more bubble wrap sheets. I just don't know how many layers it'll take. We will see. Son of a bee. Looks like we're gonna need a lot of them, so should be enough. 4 extra 8-foot tables. Allow for the clearance. This is gonna get expensive. Yeah, I look like a crazy person. I always do when I come into these stores. I'm either buying like 47 bottles of soda or all this stuff. Dodging people during the holidays. Hopefully it'll work. Yeah. I hope this is the last trip we gotta do. 12 of these bubble wrap containers. Yes, I want to continue. So, the original Walmart I went to, I took all their bubble wrap, so I've had to go to another part of town to get more. By God, we're gonna make this happen. I'm not sure how many more rolls we'll need, but we will see. And we got... These are just the new rolls. We will see. Well, it's about as safe as I've ever been driving around. I really hope this stops bullets. You guys are watching this going, oh, it could not work, but after doing all this and setting it up, and then shooting and it goes right through. Ugh, I'm so tired of bubble wrap. Oh, and there's more to go too. We're stopping a bullet. It's gonna happen. Crew cab is full to the brim. I have a camper shell, and that's packed to the roof of bubble wrap. I am so tired of pulling these 1x1 squares apart and stacking them and counting them. It's taking a while, not gonna lie. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah. Lights, camera, action, baby, ready to rock and roll. Okay, back at it again. And if we didn't have enough before, we hopefully do now. So amongst all of the bubble wrap, each one of these main sections are 200 individual 1x1 square of bubble wrap. So therefore we can actually count this out as I go through it and as I shoot the rounds, find out where the bullets stop. If they stop, I am crossing fingers right now because this is a lot of setup. Thanks again to our patrons at patreon.com/GY6. Your guys' support that helps us keep doing this and being able to put money into doing this type of test. I wish I was sponsored by bubble wrap, but I'm not. It's not cheap, but you know what? When you have that itch and you want to know what it'll take to stop a bullet when it comes to bubble wrap, you know, you gotta go all in. And I don't want to just say, oh, you know, didn't stop a bullet. No, that's not fun. You guys aren't here to watch that. You're here to see a bullet get stopped, and that's what, by God, I'm gonna do. What you don't notice about this bubble wrap is once you start stacking it, I mean, you got some resistance here, so I'm hoping that it'll do the job. And I'm hoping that the bullets don't deviate to where we lose it halfway down the block, but I think what it should do is catch it like a catcher's mitt as it goes down the line and just slowly stop, so there will be no deviation. Hopefully it'll just be straight and stop. So I have pieces of paper that we're gonna be setting in between each 200 section. That way, as bullets come through, I'll be able to know if it penetrated that section and move on to the next one. All right, here we go. Right down the middle. Gun is clear. Moving along, obviously through the first piece of paper, through the second. Either we deviated out or we stopped it somewhere in here. Ah, man, this is gonna take forever. Looks like it's deviating out a little bit. We're at 200, 400, heading into 500. It's harder than it looks to see where this stops. We must have just missed the opportunity of stopping this on the first section because we're at about 500. Woo! Perfect bullet. Bring the gun. Gun is clear. There is your projectile. Perfect 22 long rifle projectile. That's awesome. So roughly about 530 sheets in stops the 22 long rifle. All right, up next is the 380. We're using the Lehigh Defense Extreme Penetrator rounds. I can't remember the exact feet per second, but like I said, there's gonna be variation in overall speed, you know, hollow point versus FMJ. There's gonna be some wiggle room, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people going, whoa, it's not all consistent, so it's not really a test. Hello, we're shooting bubble wrap. I don't think it's really scientific, but it definitely is fun. So 380, Lehigh Defense. This round definitely has some punching power, so let's see what happens with bubble wrap. All right, right down the old center section. Ooh, I wonder. Don't cheat. Leave a comment right now in the video and let me know how many sheets do you think it went through. Da, 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 da. Moving along, I'm guessing it's gonna be down past 500. We're into 6. Oh, that's so cool. 2, 4, 6, about 7 and some change, and the round is perfectly on the top of the bubble wrap, so it went up. But once again, the round is in perfect shape. There is your Lehigh Defense 380 round, and I'll show all these close up later. Get all the B-roll for that. That is so cool, and it's just catching it like a catcher's mitt. This is working better than I thought. Got the Glock, 9mm round. This is a standard Winchester white box FMJ round coming out at about 1,190 feet per second. Let's see how it fares and how far it goes. So we had that whatever mark for the 380. Leave a comment for the 9mm. All right, 9mm right down the middle, FMJ. Oh. Nine's smoking. It's much faster and has a little bit more weight than a 380. So I'm guessing if the 380 went 700 and something, I'm guessing 1,000. We'll see. All right. So moving down, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're into the 5th, so this is 1,000. Moving along. Oh, into the 6th. So we're into 1,000 sheets, going on to 1,200. Oh, past 1,200, going into 1,400, into 1,600. So going into 16. Oh, it stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So within 1,600, let's see. Let's take this off. Let's see what we got. Still going, still going, still going, still going. Oh, got it. So cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 1,600 sheets, and it stopped just past half. So 1,500 and some change, but there's your perfect projectile. I'm enjoying this. For one, the work that goes into it, and two, because I was hoping they wouldn't deform and it would just be perfect projectiles like this. Another day, another beautiful day. So next day, and I realized with most of the bubble wrap being penetrated by 9mm, when we get up to the 500 Magnum and 50 AE, we're gonna need more bubble wrap. So I went and made more, got another table, and hopefully that'll be enough. Cross my fingers. I hope this is enough. We're gonna start off next with the 40 Smith and Wesson rounds. So we left off with 9mm. Lights getting kind of weird and wonky yesterday, and I didn't take into consideration how hard it would be to find the projectile once it stopped. I thought it would be a little more visible, see into it a little bit. That's not the case. You can kind of go off of the whole pattern, and that's where the papers are coming in handy. So I got another table, got more bubble wrap, even more than you've already seen. Made more blocks, individually tear off each one of the squares and lay it perfectly in line with each other, then tape it down, making sure each block is exactly 200 sheets. I don't know, I'm a stickler for perfection. So let's start off with 40 Smith and Wesson today, and we'll keep going through the ranks, bump up 357 Magnum, and then go from there. 40 Smith and Wesson, shot out of a Glock 27. This is a flat nose projectile, so I'm hoping it doesn't deviate out of the block anywhere. We will see. Here we go. Ooh. These are fun tests. Gun is clear. Yep, definitely going through 3. Right in the middle. So we got paper number 1. Right through the middle. Paper number 2, right through the middle. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, through the 4th. Through the 5th. Ooh, and not through the 6th. Fun fact, duct tape on bubble wrap is like cement. Good Lord. Aha! So almost exactly in the middle of block 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1,200, 1,100 sheets. Almost exactly 1,100 sheets in the projectile. Right here. Da, 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 da. So there is your 40 Smith and Wesson projectile. That's really cool. 6 blocks, stopped at 100 into the 6th block. It would be 1,200 if it passed all the way through. 1,100 sheets for the 40 Smith and Wesson flat nose. That's a lot of bubble wrap. Oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen with the bigger boys. Let's see. Pretty cool. All right, so next we're going on to 357 Magnum. Let's start pushing the envelope a little bit. This is a shorter barrel, obviously, so you'll lose a little bit of velocity. Trust me, I know there's some variations here and not exact science. This is supposed to be for fun, but also getting a little knowledge and finding out what it can actually do between bubble wrap and bullets. So 357 Magnum, this is the American Eagle soft point flat nose, 158 grains, coming out, I think, 1,240 feet per second. So this definitely has some punch. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know how many sheets you think this will go through. Oh boy, here we go. This thing has a bit of a kick too, I'm not gonna lie. All right. Oh, this thing's got some kick. Gun is clear, let's go see. Ah, love gunpowder. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, through the 4th, through the 5th. Oh, ah! Don't litter. Into the 5th, out of the 5th, into the 6th. Oh. Out of the 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into the 7th. Aha! Did not penetrate through the 7th. It's super weird, you're going through this bubble wrap. You think it'd be easy to see these projectiles, but it's not. Ah! Aha! All right, so we're into the 7th block. We're about probably 30 sheets in, 1,230, something like that. That's cool, got it. So all the way into the 7th block. Da, 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 da. All right, gun is clear. There is your 357 Magnum flat nose soft point. No expansion, no deformation of the round at all, so didn't even budge. It looks identical. That's pretty cool though. So went into the 7th block, it stopped about 30 sheets in, so 1,230 sheets. That's a lot, but not as much as the 9mm. But this is a flat nose, and it's not as easily able to penetrate like an FMJ is with a round nose, which the 9mm was. All right, so 45 ACP, this is an FMJ round. We're shooting out of the Desert Warrior Kimber 1911. A little bit longer barrel than the other guns we've been shooting, so it's gonna have a little bit more velocity, a little bit more of an edge, but it's a larger surface. So a larger front surface area means more drag, more resistance through that bubble wrap. We will see, but also has mass and weight, so that also plays in as a factor. And then also the speed is fairly decent. I think it's just above 1,000 feet per second. So not horrible, not super fast, but it also has more weight. We will see, and you know, bubble wrap won't lie. So we'll see how it does compared to the 9mm FMJ. Right down the middle. Leave a comment, what do you guys think? Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Going through 6. Going through 7. Into 7 we go. Oh, into 8. Da, da, da. and stopping in block 8. This is the same block that 9mm stopped in, so let's see what happens. Aha, yeah. Wow. And it's just dropped in there. And there is your 45 ACP FMJ. Too cool. So went all the way into the 8th block, just like the 9mm, but stopped about 10 to 15 sheets, I'm not sure exactly, 10 to 15 sheets sooner than the FMJ round did with the 9mm. How cool is that? All right, so we swapped out block 7 and 8. It was getting kind of a little bit looser because we kept pulling the duct tape on and off, but we also swapped the front block. That way we move things around a little bit so it's not the same holes and same aiming points, and it helps to keep it more consistent. We are shooting the 44 Magnum next. Yes, this is shot out of a Desert Eagle. Desert Eagles have an interchangeable barrel and interchangeable magazine and allows you to shoot different calibers. 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, and 50 AE. So this is the 44 Magnum Hornady round. It's 225 grains coming out at about 1,400 feet per second. This is the FTX hollow point. So it's got the little polymer tip on the front to prevent from clogging. My guess is it'll be 100% intact. Let's load her up. When your gun has a magazine that feels like a TV remote, that's always a good thing. All right, right down the middle. I think it's safe to say 44 mag might have went through all the bubble wrap. That is bananas. Gun is clear. Oh. So all the way through, clearly. Yeah, it's hitting a little low and out. Well, here's the last block, and we hit it there. So it was going down, 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 went all the way through, and I can feel the hole coming out sideways, and it must have just slightly deviated out of the bottom right-hand side and out. Oh, I'm not sure how many it'll keep going through, but I guess it's time for that bigger table setup. We will see if we can keep them straight. This is chunks of plastic wads that are pushed through the wound cavities. Ten, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 200 count sections, 3,400 sheets of bubble wrap. Yeah, I think it's safe to say bubble wrap is not a good choice for body armor. Just to give you a bit of an idea, counting through all these and moving yourself down and having to sift through, I thought it would be a lot easier. I thought there'd be like a visual, I don't know, visual mark of where the bullet stopped, but there isn't. You just have to figure out where the impact was and trace it through the block and see if it penetrated into the next section. I'm glad I only did it at 200 at a time and not 500 because it'd make it even harder, but hope you're enjoying it. It's a lot of work. So trust me, no one wants this round to stop and be captured more than me. This has been a week-and-a-half long process. Let's do an easy video. Let's just shoot at bubble wrap and capture some stuff. No, I'm hoping it stops the 44 mag, and if it does, I hope it stops it quick. That way we have a chance at the 50 AE and the 500 Magnum. The hardest part is seeing where the blocks are properly lined and at what angle to shoot it. So, here we go. We will see. We will see. Gun is clear. Down, 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 down. I'm hoping I stayed straight on my shot. Okay, so slightly low and right, low and right, low and right. Uh-oh, low and right. Ah, low and right. Uh-oh, don't deviate. Low and right. Oh! Ah! I don't see an impact point. 15. I think it stopped in the 14. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Yes! Yes! All right. So 15, 16, 15, 14. There is your 44 Magnum, ladies and gentlemen. The tip is still perfectly intact like I thought it would. I don't think it causes any form of deformation due to the fact it's just slowly slowing down, kind of like a constant catcher's mitt. You saw some of that bubble wrap fall off of this. It was actually facing backwards rather than facing forward in the bubble wrap. It was facing backwards, so that tells me it tumbled. That's how it slowed down and just started tumbling, and there you have it. So it stopped just at the end of the 14th block, so just under 2,800 sheets. That is too cool, and we were heading towards deviating out of that 14th block. I have roughly 600 sheets of bubble wrap to stop a 500 Magnum or a 50 AE. I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll see. Let's shoot it. Time has come for the big boys. This is the 50 AE Desert Eagle, so 50 AE barrel, 50 AE mag, and 50 AE ammunition. This is a 300 grain projectile. It's a big freaking round. Now, I know what you're thinking, it must go a lot further. I'm guessing it will, but the speed on this compared to the 44 Magnum is 1,475 feet per second off the box, compared to the 44 Magnum projectile, which is about 1,415 feet per second. This round is a bit different. It's a Hornady XTP round, so it's a little bit more flat and open-nosed. I'm guessing that might slow it down a little bit, so we'll see. But this is a very common round in 50 AE. Let's see what happens. What's your guess? Let me know how many layers you think it'll go through if yours truly can shoot straight. It's a long path down there that I'm trying to line up just right, and it's slightly at a curve at the end, so I got to judge accordingly at the beginning when I first impact to see where the round will end up at the end. I don't know. I'm guessing slightly further. That's my guess. I'm hoping we'll catch it though. Here we go. Safety is off. Running right there. Oh. Clear. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Oh, dead center shot. It's looking good. Through. 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 Slightly lower. Oh, not through. Woo. There is your 50 AE projectile. Trust me, no one is more happy than I am that I actually not only kept it in the straight line, but captured it. No deformation whatsoever. That hollow point did not open up at all. That bubble wrap is just acting like a giant perfect catcher's mitt, slowly draining the energy until it just stops. This one was found right at the beginning. You can see it through the first couple layers. The open hollow point once again was facing backwards, and it was only like 1 or 2 sheets into the 13th block. So rather than going into the 14th like the 44 Magnum did, this stopped just at the beginning of the 13th. So I don't know the exact numbers in my head yet. I'm just too excited. It'll be on the screen, but fell short of the 44 Magnum. I never would have guessed that. That's very interesting. Wow. Okay, so 50 AE got stopped at 13. Let's see what happens with a 500 Magnum round. Two different types of rounds. We'll try to capture two different types. I'm very happy. This is a lot of work. Thanks guys for supporting. I definitely appreciate it once again to all our patrons at patreon.com/GY6. If you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron. It helps me keep doing this type of stuff. And obviously this is goofy and fun. There's other ballistics tests I want to do. That ballistics gel is very expensive as well. It takes money, so having your support each month and being able to count on that rather than having to depend upon analytics and advertising through videos on different video playing platforms, I can depend upon my fans to help support so we can keep this crazy train running. And we just stopped a 50 AE round in BUBBLEWRAP. So here's to you guys over at Patreon. Thanks again for being supporters. Moving on, 500 Magnum is next. 500 Magnum time. Now this is by far one of my most favorite guns I own. I got big hands and this gun makes my hands feel small. 500 Magnum 4-inch barrel, you lose some velocity because the barrel is short, but you get a big old fireball. So I know I could shoot this gun, but I'm going to use the long barrel instead. So this is a 500 Magnum as well. You have the full length barrel. It'll give us much more velocity, a couple hundred feet at least, and there's going to be less of a fireball, but still the same round, and we're getting maximum velocity. So if we know we can stop it with this, we can definitely stop it with this. We're shooting the Hornady FTX round again, 300 grains again, but this is coming out at 2,075 feet per second, what is stated on the box. After this round, if we stop this one, we're going to be shooting the 500 grain projectile, 200 grains more than this one. So 300 grain projectile FTX going into the gun. If you're noticing this gun being black and going, what the hell? Yeah, this is, I think, the first, if only, might be another few out there, but I believe this is the first or only custom black long barrel 500 Magnum in the world. There might be maybe a few others, but this is very unique. I had it custom coated by my friend over at Fall River Arms in Meridian, Idaho. Contact them if you like your gun Cerakoted. They do great custom work. This one was a tough one because I had to take apart the entire gun and then he coated it individually and then I put it all back together. 300 grain projectile, 2,075 feet per second versus BUBBLEWRAP. All right. Oh, I saw dirt in the background. There is no way we captured that. Gosh dang, this gun kicks like a mule. A long barrel is easy compared to the short barrel. Short barrel's got much more recoil due to being less weight in the front of the gun, and it just, oh, it bucks like a mule. All right, let's see. I'm guessing all the way through. And through that one. And out the base. Damn it! I'm bummed because that's about as much BUBBLEWRAP as I'm gonna get. I saw the dirt impact in the distance, which means it had some extra balls behind it. Wow. Let's see what happens with a 500 grain projectile, see if we can stop that. Highly doubtful, but we'll see. Woo! Good Lord. Nope. It hit the berm, even out of the 4-inch. This will wake you up. The recoil off this thing is much worse. And all the dirt on the ground moved, so don't mess with a 500 Magnum, period. Started deviating low, but still went through all the blocks. And hit the hill behind it. Hard to beat a 500 Magnum.